It was a little topic I wanted to discuss today. There's a lot of people talking about Elden Ring being too hard. There's a lot of people asking for easy mode or some kind of adjustment to like difficulty. And this has been a discussion that's been going on for an extremely long time, ever since the original Dark Souls, basically. Crazier part about this whole conversation is that there's like two spectrums of people. There's the ones that are the tryhards, the ones that are like, you know, get good, you need to learn to play, don't be a noob, blah, blah, blah. And then you have the other crowd that's like, I just want to enjoy a game. I hear this game is really good and I want to be able to play it. Me personally, I think that the difficulty is just fine, but I'm used to these type of games, so it's okay for me. To me, it doesn't matter, but to a lot of people, it's like a huge debate. I'm gonna show you some stuff that I've seen. This guy here, ASRock, he's playing the game with his feet because he has a disability, so he's not able to play with his hands. He probably doesn't have hands. I don't know what his situation is. This guy goes and replies to that and says, you see, this guy beat the boss with his feet, so you guys have no excuse. Get good, bitches. Like, basically, that's his whole gist behind this whole thing. And that's not what the case is here. Like, literally, this guy has a disability. He's been playing with that controller for a very long time. That's something that he learned how to do and he mastered on his own. It's the same discussion that I always have with people that always like to judge me for using a mouse and keyboard on a PlayStation game. You know, like, it's a preference of play. I fucking hate controllers with a shooting game. I would never use a controller on a shooting game because like if I had the choice to play on my PC, I would. It personally doesn't bother me to add an easy mode, like I said. But the thing is that when you add modes like that after the fact that the game already came out, I feel like it kind of ruins the game a little bit. Like, it kind of ruins the experience. For example, the actual developer himself, he says this, and I quote, "I do feel apologetic towards anyone who feels there's just too much to overcome in my games. I just want as many players as possible to experience the joy that comes from overcoming hardship." So you hear that, right? And the one thing that I've been discussing even with my fiance lately is just like the way the achievements are put together. But look at the last achievements that I've gotten so far. Godfrey the First Lord, I just defeated him. Only 4.9% of players have this achievement. That sounds special to me. I feel like I'm in the less than 5% that actually beat that boss. Like, that boss is so hard that people are not fucking with it. You know what that's basically the gist of what I get out of it. It could be that a lot of people just never got this far into the game, and that's probably what it is. But it still feels like a hell of more of an achievement that I went through that and I actually finished it. You know, like, that's basically the gist of it. And I tried to go help people kill him, and they're struggling. They're struggling, trying to get through his ass. Let's see if you can survive, host. But only 5% of people beat this guy. Look, you see? The host died. Wow, you see? Fucking fail, man. They just don't. They don't know how to. All you gotta do is like be more patient with these bosses. You have to watch their moves. You know what this game reminds me of? Dance Dance Revolution or fucking like Guitar Hero or some shit. You have to learn the songs. You have to learn how to like flow through it. Like, it's not about like simply bum rushing every fight and just stabbing as fast as you can until you run out of stamina. Like, this game doesn't work like that. And then doing fucking panic rolling like this is not gonna save your life. It is not. You know, because when you learn exactly when to go in and strike, like, basically you hit and then you run. You hit and then you run until you learn the fight, and then you can start being more aggressive. There's a lot of people that take pride in this stuff, and including myself right now. I really like that they show the percentages on Steam of like how many people are actually beating these things, because then it makes me feel like I actually achieved something great, you know, like I'm actually gonna complete this game. And I had people even telling me before I even got into Elden Ring that I look like I'm not capable of playing a game like this because I look like a casual motherfucker. This is the kind of games I like really grew up with, like, because even back in the day, you think about Super Nintendo and like like Sega Genesis and all those old games, they didn't have no fucking bonfires. Like, this game is easy compared to games like fucking Ghosts and Goblins back in the day. Oh my god, like that game was a nightmare. Like, you could go through like half the game, die, and you have to start from the beginning, you know, like there's no checkpoint, there's nothing. And the same thing goes with Sifu, which is the new game that just came out recently. That game was pretty brutal too. I feel like that game was harder than Dark Souls, because there was like literally you could be halfway through the map, you die, and that's it. Like, you go to 70 years old or whatever, and that's it. You have to go back to the beginning all over again. It's insane how difficult that game is. And even that game triggered the whole adding an easy mode after the fact. I don't know if they did it already, but they were talking about adding an easy mode in that game, which it's kind of sad, because like I said, I feel like that's not something that should happen, but it is what it is, whatever. If they wanted to add an easy mode in the beginning of the game, like when the game launched, then that's a different story. But I just feel like if it's added after the fact, it's almost like they're just giving in to, you know, all the bullshit, basically. They're just giving into it and hoping that more people buy their game, because maybe their game didn't do that well, because that game kind of flew under the radar. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's the end of this conversation. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this. And thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.